everyone, this is Nitika here, and today I am back with the chapter number 2, grade 6 geography, that is globe, latitudes and longitudes. Alright, so it's a very interesting chapter. Let's begin. Okay, so what is a globe? We can say that a globe is a miniature form of representation of Earth, or a miniature model of the Earth, right? This is how we can describe a globe, right? So globe is a true model or in a miniature form of the Earth. Okay, so this is a globe, you can see in this picture, and we know that the globe is not fixed, right? As the Earth is not fixed, in the same way our globe is also not fixed, right? Okay, so the globe rotates on its axis, right? The globe rotates on its axis. This is the axis of the Earth. You can see this line which is passing in through like this. You can see, in the same way, the Earth has an imaginary line, not really exists, but I'm taking the context of the geographers, but the geographers consider this as a line. There is an imaginary line which passes through the core of the Earth, and the Earth spins on it. This line is known as the axis, right? Axis is a vertical line which divides the Earth into two halves. All right, and what are the two halves? Anyone who knows? All right, it becomes the western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere, right? Eastern hemisphere. While if you're talking about the equator divides the Earth into horizontally two halves that we say as the northern hemisphere, and the below the equator we say as the southern hemisphere. All right, so we have two imaginary lines passing through, that is the axis and the equator. All right, so now equator is an imaginary equator here is an imaginary circular line. It is very important reference point to locate places on the Earth, right? Now Earth is so vast, right? How would you locate any object? You locate it with the help of these lines, the longitudes and the latitudes, right? Which we'll take up in the next para. So here now, the lines. So this is what my equator, right? You can see equator at 0 degree, right? Now the lines which go above or below this equator, which are parallel to the equator in a circular direction, are known as the parallels of latitudes. All right, what are they known as? They are known as the parallel of the latitude. The parallels of latitude. So latitude is nothing but the latitudes. All right, so the lines which go parallel to the equator are known as the parallels of the latitude. So latitudes are the horizontal lines which cover the Earth's surface, while longitudes are the vertical lines which cover the Earth's surface. Earth is covered by 360 longitudes and latitudes, right? That's why we say that's 360 degree. Okay. Now, let's move on. The equator represents 0 degree, right? That's why we consider it at the center. right? That is why we consider it at the center. All right, 360 degree. Okay, now the equator represents 0 degree latitude, right? Since the distance from the equator to the either of the poles is 1/4 of a circle, it will measure 1/4 out of 360 degree, that is 90 degree. All right, so the poles measure 1/4 from the equator, and we do it like now. If we take out the 1/4 of the 360, if we take out the 1/4, what would it be? Okay, it would result in 90 degree. Okay, so it's basically the poles are at 90 degrees. What are the poles at? North pole is at 90 degree north, and the south pole is at 90 degrees south. All right, is it clear? All right, so let's move on. Now, as such parallels of the north of the equator called north latitudes. Similarly, yeah, now we have some lines which going parallel towards the south as well, right? So what would we say to them? These south parallels, the south latitudes, right? The value of each latitude is therefore followed by either the word north or the south. Yeah, that's very obvious. The latitude would either lie in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. If it lies in the center, it's the equator. Right. So if it lies in the northern hemisphere, we say it at the north. And if it lies in the southern, we, what do we say that? Represent it by S. That's southern hemisphere. Okay. So is this much clear? Now let's move. Now, for example, both Chandrapur in Maharashtra and Belo Horizonte in Brazil, that's in South America, are located in parallels for about 20 degree latitude. Right, now see, both of them are located under 20 degree latitude, right? So 20 degree. But the former of the north equator is 20 degrees south of it. Therefore, we say Chandrapur is situated at 20 degree north and horizontally is dismissed at south latitude, right? Let's move on forward. Important parallels of the latitudes. All right, so I want to show you a image regarding this thing only. So I'll just show you, yeah, related to this, the important latitudes of the heat zones. Okay, first I'll show you image and then I'll explain you on the whiteboard. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, I do not have the image for that thing, but no problem then. If I don't have the image for that thing, I'll show you it on the whiteboard then. Okay. Or first you wait. If you can see this thing, we'll study about this in our next paragraphs. But still, I have this image. I'll explain whatever that thing was, the heat zones of the Earth on a whiteboard. So, all right, here you can see this thing. Now, the Earth. I'm drawing the Earth here. Wait a minute. This is my Earth. All right. Now, From this earth, if we sketch lines, like now, if I sketch my line like this, my first latitude is at the 66.5 degree north. That is but the Tropic of Cancer. Then comes there, here we have the sorry, this is what my Arctic Circle at 66.5 degree north. Then here comes my Tropic of Cancer. Then at 0 degree, I have my equator. Then after that, at 23.5 degrees south, I have my Tropic of Capricorn. And then at 66.5 degrees south, I have my Antarctic Circle. I'll just write them for you there, so it becomes easy, you know. So first of all, we have the Arctic Circle. Okay. Then here I have what called my Tropic of Cancer. Then I have my equator. Then the Tropic of Capricorn. The Tropic of Capricorn. Right? And then the final, the Antarctic Circle. Alright. So these are some important latitudes, and now the regions which fall between them are some heat zones that I'll just tell you. So before that, let me just write there, you know, that thing. Arctic Circle lies at 66.5 degree north. Then after that, we have the Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degree north. Then I have my equator at 0 degree. Okay. Then my Tropic of Capricorn at 23.5 degrees south. Okay. And then my finally 66.5 degrees south, that is what? My Antarctic Circle. Okay, so now these were some important latitudes, right? What are the latitudes? The horizontal lines, all right? Now, if I talk about the regions, I mean. So now, this is my North Pole. This is my South Pole, all right? N, that's the North Pole, and S, that's the South Pole. The region between the North Pole and the Arctic Circle is referred. Which zone is this? Any guesses? Yes, it's the frigid zone. It's the frigid zone. I think I need to just type it because I'm not able to write properly. What is it called? The frigid zone. All right. This is what my frigid zone. I'll just show with the help of an arrow. Okay. This region. Then another I have the region between my Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer is referred to as the North Temperate Zone. The North Temperate Zone. Alright? The North Temperate Zone. Oh, I need to just move it a bit if there. Alright. Okay. My North Temperate Zone is this thing. Right? Then any guesses for the next one? This one was this thing. then I have my equator. That's the now. Okay, so the distance between the Tropic of the Cancer and the equator is referred. This is the hottest zone because it receives the direct sun rays. The direct sun rays. Okay, what is this zone referred to as? The torrid zone. Torrid zone. All right. Now, the region between the equator and this is again known as my torrid zone. Alright? Then the region between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle is referred to as the South Temperate Zone. Right? And then over here, the last one is what my frigid zone. Okay? So these are what my heat zones of the earth. Right now we have, seen this on a, what if you say that? A whiteboard. Now let's come on to our book. You know what? I actually explained all these zones, each of these zones, very detailed in one of my videos. I'll surely share the link for that video in my description box. Please do watch that. It's an amazing video. It would really help you. Okay, it would really help you to understand the zones. Okay, so as I've explained to you all these things, these zones, let's come on to the longitudes. So what are the longitudes? Longitudes are the vertical lines which are stretched from the pole, right, from the North Pole to the South Pole, the vertical lines. These lines run from north to south, while my latitudes used to run from the east to west. Sorry, west to east. Yeah, we're in the same thing. West to east, east to west. Okay, so you got the difference between the two. Now let's see what are the longitudes. Yeah, so we know the longitudes are the vertical lines which run from the north to the south. To fix the position of a place, it is necessary to know something more than latitude of that place. You can see, for example, that the Tonga Islands in the Pacific Ocean and the Mauritius Islands in the Indian Ocean are situated on the same latitudes. That is 23. That's 20 and south. Now, in order to locate them precisely, we must find out how far east or west these places are from a given line or a reference. Now, these longitudes, as you could see, that they are not a fixed shape. At the center you have more long longitude, but at the poles, if you go, the distance between them decreases. Okay, so they are shorter in length. So, but if you see about the longitudes, they're all the way equal. They're all equal, while the latitudes are not so equal. Okay, they differ. This is what the reason, why India's east-west side is much smaller than the north-south. Why? Because as you move from away the equator and you go towards the pole, the length of the latitudes, the distances between the latitudes decreases and it becomes smaller, smaller and smaller. Okay. Then, unlike the parallels of latitude, all meridians are of equal length. Thus, it was difficult to number the meridians. Hence, all countries decided that the count should begin from meridian which passed through Greenwich, okay, where the British Royal Observatory is located. The meridian is called the prime meridian. So now, as it was difficult for them to decide that where should we take as a central point, that where should we take as a central point, which longitude should be considered as 0 degree, because in latitude you consider the equator as 0 because it totally lies at the center. But however, it's not same with the longitudes. There's no one particular longitude which lies at the center. But when it was discovered, when it was decided that Greenwich, which is in London, the meridian which passes through it would be considered as the prime meridian. It would be considered 0 degree for the whole country. Okay, it will be considered at the center of the all the longitudes. So here we have the prime meridian at 0°, which passes through Greenwich in London. Now, its value is 0°. Away and from it, we count 180 eastwards as well as 180° westwards. The prime meridian and 180° meridian divides the earth into two equal halves. Okay, the eastern hemispheres and the western hemispheres. Now, therefore, the longitude of a place is followed by the letter E for the letter E for the east and W for the west. Okay. So if this longitude lies somewhere in my western hemisphere, then I would, like, this lies in the western hemisphere, no? So I would name it as whatever degree it is for example 80° it is, whatever. So I'll name it as 80° west if it lies in the west. Like for the latitudes, we used to say na, that if it lies in the northern hemisphere, we would say this much degree north. If it lies in the southern, we will say this much degree south. It's in the same way. If any longitude lies either in east or in west, we just give it the letters, respective letters actually. Okay, now let's move on forward. That is, you can locate any point on the globe very easily if you know its latitude and longitude. For example, the Dhubri in Assam is situated at 26° north latitude and 90° east longitude. Find out the point where these two lines cut each other. That point will be location of Dhubri. Okay, so if I have any, let's refer to this diagram, this grid for our convenience. If let's consider this as Assam, okay, which is this Dhubri in Assam. If this is its longitude and this is its latitude, wherever they both will intersect each other, that place would be set at the basic location for that Dhubri, wherever. Okay. Yeah, however, two locations can be on the same meridian, on the same meridians and the same latitudes. Okay. Find out the point where these two gets. Okay, that would be Dhubri. Okay. Now the vertical. To understand this, clearly drawing vertical lines, label the vertical rows with number of horizontal rows with letters. Draw some small circles randomly on the points where horizontally they intersect each other. Name these circles as ABC. Let the vertical lines represent the east longitude and the horizontal lines as the north latitudes. Okay, now you'll see that circle A is located on here. Circle A is located on B degree north and 1° east. Yeah, 1° east and B degree north. Alright. So is this much clear to you? Okay. So here this is what the whole earth. Okay, so now I'll explain you how you calculate time zones. Now, if you see now, I'll just give you a world map. I think I don't have it. So here, okay, let's take a, now as you can see, this is the world map and the time zones. This is the Greenland. And now the longitude passes from here. And from here, the time, this is considered as 0. And this is the coordinate universal time. It's the whole standard time for the whole country. The prime meridian passes through here, through the Greenwich. Okay. So now, as you know that the Earth has 360 longitudes and latitudes. as it rotates, how much time does it take? It takes 24 hours. The earth takes 24 hours, right? And now how much time would the earth take to complete? Now we know it completes 360 latitudes and longitudes in just 24 hours. So it would complete 15 latitudes and longitudes in just 1 hour, and 1 degree it would complete in 4 minutes. Okay, so thus the earth completes its 1 degree in 4 minutes. Okay, so now we know that the earth has 360 latitudes and longitudes, and it completes it, I mean, and it completes a 1 degree in 4 minutes. Okay, okay. Now, if we see it in the context of the world, this is my world, okay, and here is my Greenland or Greenwich, which is in Denmark, considered as the prime meridian. Okay, so here it is. Now, if you see that this is what my 0 degree, okay, this is the east side, and Earth rotates from, and the Earth rotates from, yes, the Earth rotates from west to east. But if you see in the context of here, if you move, this is my primary lane. If you move from here, you will have the Earth will rotate 12 hours. Okay, because Earth will take 12 hours to pass all the longitudes that you can see over here. It will take how many? It will take 12 hours. And over here also it will take 12 hours. Okay. It will take 12 hours in both the case. Now let's assume we're starting to, you know, uh, what do I say that? We're starting from rotating over here. Now this map is not so clear. I'll show you another map. Um, um, well, not so in this time. I'll show you. Wait. Okay, so here you can see this is the time zone map of the world. Oh my god, where did it go? Hmm. Okay, okay, let's take this only. Now see, for example, this is to 0 degree. Now you started moving from here. For example, you have two longitudes. Now the time zone between them would how much? It would be 1 hour. So for example, the sunrise comes from east to west. Okay. So if it's a morning at 6 a.m. over here, okay, 6 a.m., this would face the sunrise first. Why? Because it's in the east. While if this country, let's take any country, let's take this country, I don't know, I can see clearly. Let's take this country. I don't know which country is it. Still, this country has faced 6 a.m. right now because it's in the eastern part. Okay, so sunrise came and it has its 6 a.m. But if you take example for this over here, it would be 5 a.m. and over here it would be 4 a.m. and so on and so on. Okay, so on. Because why is it so? This is so because every longitude, every country's longitude has a 1 hour difference and a 15-degree. They will have a 1 hour difference because they are at 15 degrees difference. Okay, a 1 hour difference. So sunrise is all is here. After 1 hour, it will transfer over here. This will be 7 a.m. and this would thus become 6 a.m. and so on. This process will go. Now, okay, this is to clear. But if you see now, if you move like I am moving from here to here, I started moving. I reached this point. You know what is this point basically? It is, what do I say to that? UTC. Okay, here is the center point. Here my west side and sorry, this is the east side. Here my east and my west side merge. Okay, they will merge. So in order to, what do we say that? In order to in order to avoid this confusion, we have created this thing. Now where there is a differentiate, here if you're standing over here, the time would be, I mean, like for example here, it's right now sunrise. It's sunrise, it's morning. But there, if you will go, it would be night over there. It would be night. Okay. So this is what the difference. So that the people do not get confused, we have a line over here which separates the two. Okay, here it would be totally day, and over here it would be totally night. Okay, because there are the opposite spheres and to the longitudinal extent. Because this longitude is at the east, it's the eastmost longitude, yeah. So it's the nearest to the sun, so it receives the most sun. So if it's 7 a.m, it's exactly morning in the, it's exactly sunrise in the morning. It's sunrise. What would happen, this in another country 1 hour distant would be 6 a.m, this would be 5 a.m, and 12 longitudes, 12 longitudes. So just take it back, you'll get something, and so on. If you will reach over here in USA, it would be night. Okay, and when here it would be a day, then here it would be a night. So they both are totally opposite. Now you got why are they totally opposite? Okay, I hope it is clear. Yes, I will post a video especially related to this thing in my next topic or anywhere. Okay, so till here, is it clear? So let's move forward. Longitude and time. Okay, we've done this thing now. Why do we have a standard time? Right? The local time of places which are different meridians are bound to differ. For example, it will be difficult to prepare a timetable for trains which across several longitudes. Yeah. So for instance, there will be a difference of about 1 hour and 45 minutes in local times of Dwarka and in Gujarat, in Dibrugarh, in Assam. It is therefore necessary for us to have a standard time. Why should we have a standard time? We should have a standard time for the whole country, so that the whole country faces the same time, so that whenever you go at any place of the country, if you go at the north, if you go at south, west or east, you face the same time. Okay, so the standard meridian of India is at 82.5 degree east. Okay, it is known as the Indian Standard Time, IST. Okay, so now, what is the true shape of the earth? It's a geoid. Okay, what is it? Let me write it. We'll discuss this and we're done with this chapter. Shape of the earth is, oh, let me decrease the font size, is geoid. G-O. What's a globe? Globe is a miniature model of the earth, right? Then, what is the latitudinal value of the Tropic of Cancer? Who will tell me this? Oh, I forgot I'm not live this time. 23 and a half degree north. 23 north. I'm not able to write a VR, but still understand. The three heat zones of the earth: the frigid zone, the temperate zone, the torrid zone. Okay. What are the parallels of the latitudes and meridians of the longitude? Yeah, so you just explain, what they are. Why does the torrid zone receive the maximum? Because it is facing the sun directly. It's at the center of the earth, yeah. Why is it 5:30 p.m. in this and 12 noon in London? Yes, you will tell me this. The what? The prime meridian and its division. Okay, explain the whole thing. And its division. Okay, due to the prime meridian and its division. So this much is clear. Take the correct answers. The value of the prime meridian is 0 degree. That's why we say it as a prime meridian. Then the frigid zone lies near the poles. The total number of longitudes are the longitudes. Yes, so we have 180 longitudes and 180 latitudes. Okay. The Antarctic Circle is located at northern hemisphere. Yeah, it's obviously at the southern hemisphere. A grid network. Okay, I need to just move down a bit. Oh, what happened? Here, grid. What is a grid? It's a network of parallel latitudes and meridians of longitudes. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, North Pole and South Pole. Yes, we know the correct answer is this thing. Okay. Mm. Then fill in the blanks. The Tropic of Capricorn is located at. Where is it located? 23.5 degrees south. Okay. 23 and a half degrees south. Standard meridian of India is. Will tell me this thing. 82 and a half. Let's say 82.30 degree east. 0 degree meridian is also known as what? The prime. Distance between the longitudes decreases towards. So distance decreases towards the west to east as you move here. Arctic Circle is located at the What's the question? 8.6. Okay. Is it clear till here? Okay, so here we're done with this chapter, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you had enjoyed it a lot. Not, I don't know why. Okay, so meet you in my next video. If you want to see the video of the Heroes of the Earth, I'll mention it in the description box. I have made it. Okay, so watch that video. Okay, and yeah, I'll be posting a specifically video on the time zones. Yes, on the time zones. If it was not clear in this video to you, I'll post a new video either today or tomorrow for you. Okay, so till then, bye bye.